Well, with the feds, it's tricky because, there's not as many federal facilities as there are county jails and things like that. You know what I mean? So it's usually only separated by a couple of blocks. You know what I mean? But yeah, they usually separate everybody. You know? And so I don't know. This will be a crazy situation because Big U is one of those cats who gets a lot of love, in his section, a lot of respect, And then Luce Cannon has been actively going at Big U. Like him and 600, they've been on Big U's heels. So we'll see. I mean, it looks like, according to what Adam 22 has posted, it looks like Luce Cannon isn't worried. It looks like he's trying to wait on if he could get a bail or not.
I don't think he's getting a bail. I don't know, though. From what I've seen, I don't think Bricc Baby or Big U getting a bail.
Yeah, I don't know. Not with federal. It's hard to guess because you never know with state level stuff, but federal, it usually never, right?
Well, I've been hearing, I thought it was harder to get bail in the feds, but from what I've been hearing, they saying you could go to the feds at 8 o'clock at night and go to court at 8 in the morning. I don't know. I guess you could get bailed out the same day. I thought you have to have a court hearing for that. Like they'd be like, come back next week for bail hearing or like that. I don't know, to be honest with you.
That's true because with the Boosie situation, I think he was out fairly quick, right?
Who?
Boosie.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but I don't think it was like within 24 hours or like 17, 18 hours, bro.
It was fast because I remember he was at the BET Awards like 2 days later or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Yeah.
But all right, man. So I wanted to leave that Luce Cannon topic there. I just wanted to get your opinion on that one. I seen you post that on your page because your page is active with a lot of the West Coast stuff that goes down. And a lot of people, check in to see what you post to see some of the hot topics and things like that. And I got to ask you about this whole Bricc Baby situation, man. Now, have you had an opportunity to look at the paperwork?
Not really. I've seen a little bit of it. I've seen a few pages. It's 107 documents. It's 107 pages. I haven't looked at his, but I seen a little bit of that, bro. I seen where they charging him for like being a felon with 3 gun priors. Where he got called like June, July, and then March with 3 different guns, and they trying to tie him to like a gun trafficking ring or something like that. I seen a few documents. Yeah, it ain't looking good for him either.
Now, when it comes to Bricc Baby, this is wild about the original indictment. So the original indictment comes out and the feds automatically do a press release. In the press release, they already have the summary of the entire indictment in the press release. And Bricc Baby is listed there as being under heavy surveillance from his prior gun case. I'm talking about, they were looking at CCTV videos of Bricc Baby. They were looking at everything you could think of, all his phone calls, his text messages. But it seemed like he was allegedly still doing street stuff, man. Did you check that? And when you heard about that, what did you think?
It blows my mind. It's crazy, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, look, when the first time, like, I had seen Bricc Baby before, I think, because on a Say Cheese TV interview, but this was years ago. Like, I didn't even know who he was, low key. Like, it had said or something, and he had braids or whatever. But the first time I seen him, like, on the internet, really was no jumper. He had this pink jacket on. And, man, he was on there talking crazy, bro. He was saying, I don't care what Big U say or who Big U is or, if Quando don't come check in with us, he ain't good. And he was like talking about all type of crazy. And I'm like, man, this dude is going to get a federal, indictment brought down, bro. And look what happened. That was the first time he got on no jumper. I said, this is crazy. This man on here talking reckless, like, especially like it's a difference between like if I get on the internet and I say, yeah, I was doing this certain criminal that ain't nothing crazy like years ago, than me actually doing it like right now and then talking about it on the internet. That's wild. That don't make no sense. So I just can't grasp why he did it or why he kept doing it, because if I would have found my way onto the internet, I would have stopped. I would have ceased everything criminal. Like I wouldn't even did no more. you should have already been up. Like all they claim that they was doing, bro. I don't know. When I was like really in the streets, I really didn't even want to be on Instagram. I think I had an Instagram, but I shouldn't have had that, but I wasn't on there. I didn't take it serious and like that. So no, I definitely wouldn't have been doing no interviews.
Yeah, that blows everyone's mind because everyone is on social media now. I'm talking about regular blog pages talking about this indictment, and they're going back and going through all the interviews and all the things that were talked about in the interviews that ended up in the indictment. Like that thing with Luce Cannon talking about extorting the guy at the dispensary, that actually ended up in the indictment. Did you see some of that stuff?
Yeah, I seen that in the indictment, and I seen where they mentioned a rapper by the name of RR. Luce Cannon approached and said, you know, you got to pay $50,000 or we'll do something to the artist. MM. So RR and MM is Rick Ross and Meek Mill. It got to be who else is RR and MM? Who else is a rapper RR that got an artist by the name of MM signed to them? Rick Ross and Luce Cannon talked about it on No Jumper. He said that they pressed Rick Ross for $50,000, or they said they was gonna do something to Meek Mill, and they saying Rick Ross paid. Now this is an indictment as well.
And you know what's even crazier? He came back and said the real names, like their real names, on a live he did at his crib. He said that same exact story and then did it live at his crib and said their names. Said Rick Ross and Meek Mill. And was like, you gave it up sweet. You gave it up easy. You know, talking about him giving up his jewels and stuff.
Now do you see why like the mafia people or like certain organizations used to or still do, like if somebody if they involved in a lifestyle and they start getting too flashy or reckless on camera, they gonna fix the issue. The issue will be handled, bro. That's crazy. Organizations letting their members get on the internet and just and it blows my mind with Bricc Baby though. I knew this. I knew a indictment was gonna come. I didn't know it was gonna be headed by Big U. You know, Operation Draw Down, and that's funny too. Operation Draw Down, because his other AKA is Draws. So they just saying like draw down, but they should have just said draws down or something. But yeah, that's funny.
They always do that, man. They name the task force and the operation something creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's funny.
Now, when it comes to like Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby on the mic, on the podcast mic, is that something that like back in your day you'd have just stayed away from because of, you know, all the heat that it could possibly, you know, show? And you made a great example, like Mafia. Like if somebody was ever on camera, like doing interviews or something like that, it would be over. You know, it'd be a bad situation.
Yeah, they'll be somewhere swimming with fishes, weighing a lot. But hell no, I wouldn't. When I was outside, I didn't want to even be on no pictures. But that's why I don't have a lot of pictures really like when I was like young, bro, because I wasn't taking pictures. I didn't want to do videos, because what if we doing all types in the street? So now, like, what if they seen my face but didn't know who I was? Now I'm doing interviews. Now they know who I am. Like, ain't just what you do, bro. And then you're giving the FBI basically like the case. You feel me? Like you just really giving them a case and saying, here it go. That's why you never caught me on no hood vlog or no weird like that, bro. It's not gonna happen. So that's a scary thing when they come, bro. When them alphabet boys come with the blue and yellow jacket, that's scary. You feel me? Well, it ain't like, it just depends what they coming from. But Big U got it worse because Bricc Baby them is facing a few years. Well, not a few. They could possibly get like 20, but you know they got him for a murder on top of the other charges. So
yeah. Now let's get into that. So it's alleged in the summary of the case, or in the press release that was released by the feds, that Big U has something to do with the death of a young guy, a young rapper he was mentoring, who was also a football star, who was also a friend of his son. And he's alleged to have taken him out to the desert in Las Vegas, shot him, and left him there, and then went back to the studio to clean up and get rid of any kind of, evidence that he was there, man. When you saw that, I was like, dang, that's cold blooded. Cause essentially you're talking about a cat who's 19, 20 or something like that, getting taken out by some guys who are in their 50s, almost 60, allegedly, man. So what did you think about that whole part of the indictment?
Yeah, that was crazy. I just, I seen that paperwork, bro, where they saying that he allegedly did this over a diss song, right? But, it could be, but I don't know, bro. I be having deeper thoughts. I'm like, okay, this happened low key like a while ago, like a few years ago, right? And I don't even think his son was in the league yet, was he?
No, I don't think so.
Was the other dude still playing football, or he had already stopped playing?
I think he had already given it up and focused on becoming a rapper.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if he really made, the Feds is legend. The Feds is a legend that the dude, I think his name was Ray Sean, made a diss song about Big U. And we all know from what we done heard, Big U don't like that when you make diss songs about him. That's the reason why he said he got Nipsey DP'd, because I guess Nipsey made a song where he felt like he dissed him. He felt like Nipsey dissed himself, Big U, on a song. So he got Nipsey DP'd, and I guess that's when they say Black Sam like open fire in the air to like break the situation up or something like that. But
yeah, we heard that story.
It just make me think about like Sandman, Nipsey, like damn, like it just make me really think like damn, did he play a part in Nipsey Hussle? Like, you feel me? I know they convicted somebody for it, but I'd be thinking crazy, bro. I'd be thinking, I think like, damn, like he sent him to do it and told him like, you would be good. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. Like, what they gonna do if you killed somebody that called you a snitch, cuz you're supposed to do that? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, you're making a very good point there, Milt, because those interpersonal relationships, like the actual communications that end up being what the after actions are never what we see. We usually find out that those small talks that really paint the picture, we usually find that out years later after somebody's already been up the river or something has already happened. You know what I mean? So it could be deeper than what we're getting. This indictment is thrown together so that way they could just paint a picture of Big U being this big mafia-like boss they kept saying, right? And that way they could bring everybody down like in a RICO case, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but RICO is the last of his worries, because they said for the RICO, they facing like a maximum of 20 years. He's involved in the murder, bro. And they saying, I seen the court documents where they saying the security guard is a witness, the owner of the studio is a witness, I think the engineer is a witness. All of them is saying that they seen him coming there to do and left with the guy and came back by himself. The security guard said they seen him like he was like drenched in like sweat or something. He told the security guard that, I just got back from the gym, bro. But they said he had his cell phone on him. He turned it off. Then like shortly later, he turned it back on. He's saying he didn't go to the studio, but they got camera footage of him pulling up at this studio again in his Lexus car. This is crazy. So 56-year-old, right? A 56. Yeah, but he was probably 56 allegedly around the time that this took place, bro. And that paperwork say that it was over a diss song, and the boy made a song saying like, I don't care if you think you the one that got all the money. I'll keep a 38, pull it out, and shoot you in your face with no trace. And they saying that this boy got found like in a little landfill, shot multiple times, including one in the face. And guess what caliber they think shot him, bro? A 38. But that's crazy. Like, if he allegedly did this, like, that's what I'm saying. You didn't even put no effort into this. Like, I mean, you just drugged the boy body. I mean, I'm not saying like I wanted him to like, cause it's cool that the parents got his body and I don't really know what happened, but I'm saying like, you didn't even put no effort into trying to get in the way. Like, what was going on? Like 58 years old, bro. Man, I don't know. I was thinking like, damn, did this have something to do with football? But I guess he was already done playing football because I thought it probably had something to do with, him trying to get rid of him to make sure his son be the only one that make it or some shit. I don't know. I just be thinking crazy sometimes.
Nah, man, you trying to get the full picture and understand what really happened, man. And a lot of us do that, man. So, like you said, it looks like Big U is facing a statutory maximum sentence of life in federal prison. Now, at 58 years old, that's regardless, life is life, no matter what age you are. But that's a heavy toll, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, because I don't think I would never put myself in a situation like that. I've been clear of years, but if I'm 58 years old, and they claim I've been running this mafia-like organization, well, I should have some money put up, and I should have been able to, because I'm not turning myself in at 58 years old for no federal case. This ain't no state case that you could really pay your way up out of. Like, you could buy your way up out of a state case. Like, get a good lawyer. They'll get you up out of that. But the feds is different, bro. They don't want your money. They've been doing their investigation. So, bro, is 58 years old. He turned himself in. I just couldn't have did it. If I would have been lucky enough not to have been in the house that they kicked in the door at, it would have been a search. But you know that he got that murder over his head. So they never gonna stop. They gonna send the U.S. Marshals every minute. They gonna send everybody they got always, every day until they find him, bro. So I guess he had no choice. I don't know.